So, just to reiterate, we have systematic analysis, which we can do, where we look for major themes that indicate a point of view in a specific artifact. We can look at how people create attributions, how the person who created the work created attributions, so characterizations of persons, places, or things. We can also look at the values, the attitudes, beliefs of either the speaker or the larger culture. And we can look at argumentative features, so specific argument forms or evidence. Political relations, so statements that reveal political power relations within groups. Then we can also do value analysis, where we're looking at different cultural conceptions of good, and we can dispute the value. We can dispute criteria, we can dispute hierarchy, or we can do any combination of any of those three. In fact, we could dispute the value, criteria, and a hierarchy in a situation. So when we have these different ways that we can do analysis, now we'll talk about the difference between interpretation and evaluation. So interpretation involves making an argument about the text by using specific content from the text as support for your argument. So you need to make sure that your thesis you make, your claim you make, can be supported by specific content from the artifact that you're going to be analyzing. Critical cultural evaluation involves making a reasonable argument regarding some power imbalance grounded in these critical concepts. So as we read the articles, we need to be able to remember, we need to be able to focus on and identify some power imbalance that's intercultural. One group is privileged over another in some way, and we need to be able to make that argument based on these critical concepts we have. It could be a value analysis, or it could be a systematic analysis. Any kind of rhetorical analysis, but we've offered you to do those two different versions, so it's a good idea to stay there. And one of the things I want to definitely focus on for you is to really think back again to Chapter 1 in our discussion of cultural studies and globalization. These are two very different ways that you can read power. And it's important to be able to go back and understand how these different concepts are talking about power so that it can help you be able to distinguish and make a good argument. I will say that a cultural studies perspective may lend itself more readily to a critical intercultural analysis that focuses on this notion of power, because cultural studies really is about this idea of a conflict in power. So this should help you have a better understanding of what you're going to be doing in your next major assignment. You will be finding an artifact that engages a current intercultural conflict, but we want you to make sure that that artifact is something where you can make a clear distinction that it is advocating a specific position with regards to this conflict. Now, that can be a newspaper article in which you can discern that there is bias in how the information is being presented. Even if the information is being presented supposedly in an unbiased perspective, often you'll see that the language that's used, or the way the issue is framed, seems to privilege one reading over another. If you have any questions, please come and get on my online office hours, and we can talk out any questions or concerns you may have. Thank you, and have a great day.